In Creo Parametric, we can create relations at the assembly level in order to drive dimensions in one part by dimensions in another part. A relation is just an equation or mathematical expression that again drives different dimensions and parameters by other dimensions and parameters. Here in this assembly, I have a total of 7 components, and there are 3 unique components. I need to put a pin through the holes that connect them, so I need to make sure that the holes in all the different parts are the same diameter. Let me select a surface so I can view normal to it. And here we can see that the holes have different sizes. We can see that the gray part has the smallest diameter, and then we have the green part, and the orange part has the biggest diameter. Well, I want the gray parts and the green parts to have the same diameter as the orange part. So I'm going to write relations. Let's go to our relations dialog box. It is available from the model tab on the right hand side. You can also get to it from the tools tab. Let me click on the command. This opens up the relations dialog box. I always like to start my relations off with a comment line. Any line that starts with a / and an asterisk is a comment line, and that is so I can let myself know or other people know what the design intent is. And so let me just put control the diameter of the holes. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And let me go to a blank line. And I'm going to start out by selecting a feature that I want to drive from the orange part. So let me start out by selecting, let's grab this hole. And so there are a bunch of different dimensions showing up on the screen, and they are showing up in their symbolic form. In other words, the name of the dimension. And if you take a look, the name of the dimension is D followed by a number, and then there is a colon and another number. So every dimension is by default given a name like D1, D2, D3, D4, and so on. At the assembly level, the number after the colon is the component ID number, so that Creo Parametric can track which component owns which dimension. And so based on this, I think it is the D3:4 dimension that I want to control. And I want this to be equal to, I'll just type in equals manually. Beware that you also have an equal sign on the left-hand side. I'm going to repaint the screen so that things aren't visible. Let me select the hole in the base gripper. And so I click on that, and let me see, what is the dimension? Okay, it is this dimension, D30:0. And so I click on it, and it pastes it inside of here. So that is good for the first one. And let me go down, and let's see, now I want to go and control the gray part. I'm going to make things easy on myself. I'm going to click the OK button to get out of the relations dialog box. I'm going to hide the other parts, and that way it'll be easier for me to select when I write my other relations. Now, let me go back to the model tab and click on the relations command. Let me go to a blank line, and now I'm going to try to click on that dimension that I want. Okay, let's see, which dimension is it? I think it is this dimension. And so that is D2:2. Let me repaint the screen. And this is going to be equal to, once again, I will select the hole in the orange part. And this is D30:0. I could have also typed that in manually. All right, so now I've got my 2 different relations in the model. And if you want to make sure that you type them correctly, there's an icon with a check mark. And so this will verify the relations. In other words, it'll let you know if you have any typos. But this is good. And so now I have 2 dimensions being driven by the other dimension. Let me click the OK button. And let me repaint the screen and once again look normal to the surface. But Oh, and let's also bring back the display of the green parts. But you see that the holes have not yet been updated. So I wrote the relations, but now I need to regenerate the model. And you can regenerate from the command on the Model tab. It is also the keyboard shortcut Control-G. Also, if you take a look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, we have a little status indicator letting us know that we need to regenerate the model. And so I will click on that. And now we can see that all those different holes have the same diameter. In this particular situation, I just made one dimension equal to the other dimensions, but you can write whatever mathematical expressions that you want. For example, maybe I want to add a little bit of tolerance in here. I can write plus and some number, 0.005. Maybe I want to make the hole a little bit bigger than the other hole. And so then I can click the OK button. Once again, I need to update, and I'll click that. And you probably won't be able to see a difference because I added a very small number. And so that is how you can write relations at the assembly level. Be aware that there is a major drawback to relations at the assembly level. In order for the relations to be executed, the assembly has to be in session. If I have just one of these parts in session, like the green part or the gray part, and I don't have the assembly in session, I will be able to change the diameters of those holes, and they won't know that there's an assembly level relation that is supposed to drive them. For that reason, there are better ways of controlling dimensions in one part with dimensions in another part, such as using notebooks.